Hi guys, it's Hannah from Trek It, and I'm here to talk to you today about Vango's Banshee 300. So the Banshee 300 is a little bit of a legend in the outdoor world. So it is a lightweight, very packable three-man tent. It comes in at 2.82 kilos, so is really lightweight, and if you get stuck with carrying the tent, it's not the end of the world. Otherwise, if you want a little bit less weight in your pack, you can separate it out and split it between 2 or 3 people. So the Banshee 300 has been aimed at people doing D&V, or just a couple wanting a little bit of extra living room, or just one person and a couple of dogs. But its incredible lightweight and packability means that it's perfect for weekend trips in the mountain, coastal paths, trekking and wild camping. So as usual, starting from the top and working down, the fly sheet is a 68 denier ripstop polyester with a 5,000mm hydrostatic head. Polyester is great because it resists UV a little bit more than nylon. So it means that if you're setting it up and leaving it pitched for a few days, then the polyester doesn't degrade as quickly as nylon does. The way that Vango do their waterproofing as well is it's not just one solid layer of waterproofing that's chucked on top of this polyester. It's built up over layers and layers and layers, which means that it's much more durable and doesn't break down as quickly. So it's strong and much more reliable. So then supporting this whole structure is 2 alloy poles. They're super strong and super lightweight and very different lengths. It's really easy not to get them mixed up. But if you are confused, they are color-coded. So like the red pole goes inside the red sleeve. They're also kinked in 2 places. Now that's done on purpose, and that's to give it much more stability and really strong winds. So let's talk a little bit more about the doors and the ventilation. So Vango, as usual, always put tons and tons of ventilation points into their tent. Now that is because you lose quite a lot of moisture when you breathe and when you sweat at night. So in order to stop all of that moisture building up on the inside of the tent and causing condensation, which can sometimes be mistaken for leaking, they've added loads of ventilation points. So it's really important to keep those all popped up, even in bad weather, just to increase that airflow. It's also a good note to suggest that you pitch into the wind so that you've got a really good airflow coming through those ventilation points. The doors themselves act as really good ventilation points, but in addition to that, you have little side vents just next to those. The doors are double-ended in the zips, so that even in bad weather, you can have it almost all the way zipped up, but just leave a little bit extra in the top to allow for a good airflow. You also have a big mesh door, which allows air to pass through it too, but still keeping all of those nasty midges and flies out in the evening. It's also just good to note that while we're here, the outer door has this big lip which just keeps all of the rain off that door. So when you open up the zip first, you don't get a load of water that comes into your tent. The pole structure is held in place by these super strong reflective guy lines. Now these attach into 2 different points along the pole sleeve and pull down into 1 point to ensure equal tension. They're also super easy to adjust. So if you're on rocky ground, or if your tent gets wet and loses tension, they have a little line lock on the bottom of the guy line. So you can just unlock it and just slide it up and down depending on where you need it. So underneath it all, you have a 70 denier polyester ground sheet with a hydrostatic head of 6,000mm, which means it's strong, it's durable, and it's really easy to pack. If you did want to reinforce that, then they do also do a footprint. So as usual, Vango is super good on storage. On the Banshee, they have 6 internal pockets. So they have on either side 2 nice big dump pockets. This one will double up as a dump pocket for the mesh door as well. And then 1 pocket up here, which is a really good place to store a head torch if you need to go out to the loo in the evening, or just a place to keep some, midnight snacks. That's what I like. So say that you've pitched your tent in the evening into the wind to maximize ventilation. Great. If the wind changes direction though, this tent has extra ventilation just behind over there, and then a little vent just to maximize airflow just here. So we will open him up and just give you a little bit more air by your head. So that's it from me. That's the Banshee 300. If a tunnel tent isn't your kind of style, then do have a look at the Halo 300 from Vango. Otherwise, I will see you again soon. Bye guys.